Joining us tonight is Tom Fitton, president of Judicial Watch. Tom, you've had some time to go through all that is happening, the implications for President Obama. This man had a curiosity and an unusual interest in the wiretaps of his former DIA director and President Trump's incoming head of national security. What do you make of it?
Well, you know, that January meeting, that January 5th meeting was important in two respects, Lou. You know, in many ways it launched the seditious conspiracy, the coup attack against the incoming president in so many ways, in the sense it ratified it out of the Oval Office. You had Barack Obama there, Joe Biden there. They talked about two topics, the dossier and the Flynn wiretapping. And according to Sally Yates, the way Obama was talking about it, she looked back at it in retrospect and found, my gosh, he's talking about throwing the Logan Act at Flynn. And it helped explain why Comey was trying to get around the Justice Department and target Flynn with that sham investigation and that ambush interview to try to get him to lie about the wiretap that they already knew about, meaning they had the information about what he told the ambassador. So why go ask him any questions about it? What are they investigating? Either he did something wrong or he didn't. He didn't do anything wrong, but for in the head of Barack Obama, who tasked his minion Comey, who followed through evidently by targeting Mr. General Flynn. And then you had the dossier that also his minion Comey ambushed then President-elect Trump with the next day, not to brief him, not to provide a defensive briefing, but according to Comey's own admissions to the IG, was to find out how he would react. And what did Comey do after that meeting? Trump was very angry, obviously. He ran down to his car, started typing his little memo about what allegedly transpired, and then ran to the FBI headquarters and had a secure video teleconference with the Crossfire Hurricane team, Strzok and Company. That was it. Obama knew, Biden knew, Yates was there, Brennan was there, Susan Rice was there. The fact that Durham, or frankly anyone, hasn't questioned any of these people substantially about what went on there, to me, is a miscarriage of justice thus far.
It raises another question too, Tom. You know, James Clapper, the head of the director of national intelligence, he testified, as we now know in these transcripts, that he had not a scintilla of evidence. There was absolutely not a scrap of evidence of any basis for an investigation of President Trump or any of his organization. And they pressed ahead. Clapper knew that. Yates knew that. The list goes on. They all knew that. Not one tried to stop it. Now, the point being, when your heads of intelligence don't stop, that would suggest, at least to me, somebody is telling those heads of intelligence to go get him.
Yeah, I call it the great defamation of President Trump. That's what was taking place. They all knew there was no evidence of Russia collusion. And again, it was Barack Obama around the time of the election. It was all hands on deck. He called all the agencies together, and they concocted this smear ICA report, this intelligence community assessment about Russia interference, and smeared Trump by putting in the falsehood and baseless allegation that Putin wanted him to win, when all the evidence was Putin was preparing for Hillary Clinton to win, and more specifically, the FBI had information that Putin was actually working with Hillary Clinton. And that, of course, didn't stop the FBI from trying to work with Hillary Clinton and her people, too, in a joint operation to take out Trump. It's mind-boggling. And this is why the Flynn unraveling is important, because it exposes that the kind of the fundamental basis for the whole Mueller operation, which was the Flynn investigation and Trump's concerns about it, had no foundation.
Right. Well, but there is an explanation for the Russian connection with Hillary. Don't forget, she helped Russia get 20% of our uranium reserves. That was awfully helpful. Perhaps they felt they should reciprocate in some helpful manner. Who knows? Tom Fitton,
tens of millions of dollars,
it.
laundered into her foundation from Russia interests. No investigation of that. In fact, it was suppressed by the Obama administration during the campaign.
Just plain old reciprocity, I guess. We're going to find out a lot more. And thanks for all you're doing to make sure we know what we know today. Tom Fitton, Judicial Watch.